Apple Pigs by Ruth Gary Orbach, read by Mrs. Harris. Once in our garden there stood an old tree, no blossoms, no leaves, no fruit for me. Some people said, chop it down, sell it for firewood up in the town. But the tree had a secret that only I shared. It whispered to me that nobody cared. I care, I said, and I'll do my best. All right, said the tree, then I'll do the rest. So I cleared away rubbish, I raked and I hoed, I planted some flowers and kept the grass mowed. When the spring came, bringing warm sun and rain, my tree stood tall and proud again. The branches grew leaves as never before, but that wasn't all, there was still to be more. Branches, leaves, blossoms, and apples at last. At first they were small, but they grew very fast. Plenty of apples, delicious to eat, juicy and crunchy, crisp and sweet. The more we ate, the more they grew. We began to wonder what to do. We ate apples for breakfast, sliced on toast. We ate apples on Sunday, baked with the roast. Apples for dinner, apples for tea. Too many apples, we all agreed. We just couldn't eat them, too many, we said. So we stored them under the biggest bed. We packed them in baskets and boxes and trunks. We stuffed them in cupboards and up in the bunks. The bathtub was full, the basin piled high. They hung from the ceiling like clouds in the sky. The more we ate, the more they grew. The more we wondered what to do. Apples were lying all over the ground. More baskets and boxes just could not be found. We wrapped them in blankets, we wrapped them in rugs, we piled them in wagons, in bowls and jugs. They fell from the ceiling and rolled round the floor, but still my tree grew more and more. The more we ate, the more they grew. At last I knew what we must do. The sign we hung said, Apple Feast, come man, come bird, come woolly beast. And come they did from far and wide. Some simply could not fit inside. Women and men, girls and boys, hippos and yaks, what a noise. We sang and danced and sang some more, and then ate apples by the score. Apple fritters, apple aid, apple custard father made, apple strudel, apple stride, apple pigs were mother's pride. There's an apple pig. As for me, I love to bake. I started off with apple cake, then toffee apples hung up high, apple pandowdy and Dutch apple pie. Some ate cores, some ate peelings, some ate apples from the ceiling. Soon the apples were no more. We'd gobbled up our whole great store. At last we heard, goodbye, good night, we'll come again if that's all right. So now each year we have a feast for man and bird and woolly beast. I hope next year at summer's end you'll come along and bring a friend. So here's how to make an apple pig. You have to have a whole apple and then cut an apple in half and stick it to the whole apple with a toothpick or two. And then it can have little toothpick legs. And then you can draw a little face on it. And then you can stick little ears on it. Maybe made out of leaves, it says, or maybe made out of apple skin. That looks kind of fun. Have a good one.